Tēnei te mihi ki a koutou. No mahara mai ki te Anzac Park. We are in Whakatū, here in Nelson.
So 30th of October, Saturday, here in Nelson. And we're here standing up for our rights of our kids, for the rights of the future of all New Zealanders.
We've got a great vibe going on. We've got people of all walks of life. We've got people that are gathered here under one principle. They're gathering because they want to make a stand for freedom. They want to make a stand against tyranny and corruption. And people here have said enough. We are making our stand. We're making our stand for truth. We're making our stand for freedom.
We're here for the vaccine protest, freedom, your rights, you know.
Freedom of choice, our mana mutu hake, our autonomy, our sovereignty as mokopuna of Aotearoa.
I'm not anti-vax. I've had loads of vaccinations. I'm someone who's trained scientifically. I'm a practical guy as well, run my own business. And what I see going on is just makes no sense. We went up and saw our granddaughter the other day, and she was saying, I hate going to kindergarten because everybody's got masks on. I can't see whether they're smiling or not, or whether they're cross with me. And that's a tragedy. That's a dreadful thing to do to kids. So that's why we're here.
People are really processing huge amounts of grief right now, depression. I'm hearing from mothers all over the nation. Our children are being extremely affected by these lockdowns.
Have a child and two older boys as well, so one younger, a couple older. The older ones are working, they're being pressured, they're being really pushed on to get vaccinated. They don't want it. They don't want the jab. It's experimental. Who knows? They want to have kids. Will they be able to have kids? We don't know.
You know, we've got to wait and see till what's going to happen, because there's been a lot of injuries from vaccine too. I've seen a lot. I haven't been vaxxed, but I've got a lot of bros that's been vaxxed, and it's sort of like a tension in the air. Because now all my bros that's got on the vax don't want to hang out, you know? And that's something like, that's sort of like the change in the world today, you know, that I'm probably not the only one going through that, you know?
There's a huge divide. We not to feed that divide. That is a strategy of the oppressors. We need to unify. Regardless of your choices, we need to unify and take back the Bill of Rights. Mana motu hake.
I just believe, bro, that we're actually meant to have our own say, you know, like we're getting forced to do something that we're not meant to be doing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I know personally of people that have had the first shot, Bell's palsy. Another person's second shot, 4 hours later died, went into hospital. He was 75 here in Nelson. It's horrific. It's just unbelievable this is happening in our country.
Who knows what's in the vaccine? Like, to me personally, this is how a zombie apocalypse starts, you know what I mean?
I've got a PhD in agriculture. I can see the lies that are coming out. It just doesn't make sense. And if someone's lying to you all the time, you've got to wonder what their motives are. And I look at history and I think, well, you know, Hitler was elected into power. He didn't make a coup or anything like that. He was actually elected, and it was slowly. He didn't turn around and say, you're going to wipe out the Jews because everybody thinks that's a good idea. It was, we're going to start off slowly. And I just see, you know, you've got to learn lessons from history.
We just need everyone to hold the line. You might think, I want to get a jab to get overseas, to go travel. You're not going to be able to travel. They're even saying you shouldn't get on a plane after you've been jabbed now. Yeah, I don't want a vaccine passport after my 5th booster. Is that enough? I don't know. For me, no jab. Not getting it. Yeah.
On the Tuesday, the 9th of November, lunchtime outside Parliament, to give our politicians a clear signal face-to-face. And then the Saturday after that, we'll be back here, Anzac Park, the 13th for Saturday, to make another stand, because these stands are happening every fortnight until our government changes. So thank you very much for coming. We've got the guys who are going to do a haka. Thank you.
Tangata!
times. We have a clear opportunity. We have a clear opportunity to raise our voices and to begin speaking up.
Hope, a lot of hope. Everyone is sick of what's going on and they're ready just to stand up.
I've been waiting for this my whole life. I was getting a bit bored there, you know. It is time. It is time, and not just as wahine Māori, but for all people, all cultures.
We're on the cusp of something awesome here in New Zealand, and not just for our nation, but for the entire world. We can lead the world in breaking this tyranny and moving into a whole new world. We, the people of New Zealand, can make our stand and can make it for us and for the entire world.